Zolak and Bertrand on this 1st of February. How you doing, Zo?
Good morning. What's up, Boston?
Tom Brady has made it official this morning. He has announced on his social media channels that he is, in fact, retiring. It does not come as a surprise, given things he has said recently and also reports over the weekend that this indeed would be the case. Just last night, he was telling Jim Gray that he was taking it day by day.
Well,
he slept on it, woke up this morning, and announced in a lengthy statement that he's retiring.
Hell of a day.
So Adam Schefter and Jeff Darlington and anyone else who reported over the weekend that Brady was retiring was correct.
Yeah.
They were all correct. Tom Brady is done. And he put out a statement today that does not mention the New England Patriots, its ownership, its coaches, or its fans. He did put out a statement this morning that mentions the Glazer family, owners of the Tampa Bay Bucks. It does mention Bruce Arians, head coach of the Tampa Bay Bucks. It mentions every single employee of the Buccaneers organization. It mentions his Tampa Bay Bucks teammates over the last 2 years. It mentions the fans of the Tampa Bay Bucks.
And St. Pete.
It mentions none of that for the New England Patriots. None of it. He does a lot of thanking the Tampa Bay Bucks, quite a bit. He goes out of his way to thank Jason Light, general manager of the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yeah, guy that signed him.
He talks about Alex Guerrero in his statement and all that he did to have Tom Brady ready physically to play games. He talks about his agents, Don Yee and Steve Dubin, and how they've been with him every step of the way since he was at the University of Michigan. He thanks his parents. He thanks his friends and family. He thanks his wife. He thanks his children. He could not bring himself to mention New England, the Patriots, the Krafts, Belichick, or any of his Patriots teammates.
You fans, too.
And that is a bit odd, wouldn't you say?
On the day that he retires from the sport that gave him life, that gave him football, that gave him his opportunities to even have the ability to start his next 3 companies that he mentions in his final part of the statement. Now, I go back to the statement, I read it this morning, the one that he released when he left New England, where he did thank all those New England people. He's either one cold calculating son of a bitch to where you could release that and say, that's it. That part of my life is done. This is my new venture. And it was Tampa Bay. And now I'm just going to thank those. I already did New England. Now I'm doing you. If he did that on the day that he just retires from football, he's the greatest player to ever play the game. We know what the legacy is. You won 6 here. You bookended dynasties, 3 in the front, 3 at the end. And then you walked. And there was times in between there. Whatever, it was back and forth. But this would be a massive FU to the fans, to RKK, to anybody that helped develop him to be the maniacal nut job of a player that he is now and competitor.
22 years in the NFL, 20 with the Patriots, 2 with the Bucks, and the retirement announcement's all about the Bucks.
It's stunning. If that's it, and there's no other part 2 to drop here, it's either bleep you, New England. And by the way, the picture that he chose to post is him in a Bucks uniform as the rain's coming down. He's pointing to the sideline, and the game's at Gillette Stadium. That's Gillette Stadium. In fact. So that's where it's another twist. That's all pre-planned. That's not, well, you know what? Do you know how many great pictures there are of him over 22 years? Do you know how many fantastic, that's the picture.
Right. Of all the pictures he could have chosen, is that the one that is the most dramatic one or encapsulates his career best?
Why don't you
not playing, not throwing a touchdown, not being great on the field, just in between plays, standing on the field in the rain, pointing at someone on the sideline.
Smile Lombardi.
Right. Not him with a Lombardi trophy. Not him celebrating, let's say, Tampa Bay's Super Bowl.
On your boat or whatever you do. How about walking out of the stadium with the rear shot of you and your family all holding hands? There's a bunch of those.
Oh, that'd be very artistic, so that'd be nice.
You know what I mean? There's the send-off as I walk away from football, going on to my next phase of life. It's all family now. No, he chose the one of week 4, New England, for when his father called this very show, and said, we can't wait to come up there when the schedule came out. It's a massive bleep you if there isn't anything else coming.
Also interesting how he decided to word the fact that he is retiring, saying, "This is difficult for me to write, but here it goes. I am not going to make that competitive commitment anymore. I have loved my NFL career, and now it is time to focus my time and energy on other things that require my attention. I'm not going to make that competitive commitment."
Yeah, that's that switch, man. That clock that he always has running in his home gym till the next Super Bowl. Turn that clock off. Unplug it, huh, Hardy? Take that plug. You got one of them clocks at home?
Yes.
Get ready for the next show till 10 o'clock tomorrow. Here it is. What time am I getting up, Marcy?
That's right. Resets every day at 2 p.m. 20 hours. Start counting it down.
And you know, whatever his issues are with the Crafts and Bill Belichick, those are their issues. Should he have any issue with the fans of New England?
You fans that showed up when we're not done and you packed that Gillette Stadium on a Super Bowl send-off for the last one. 60,000 of you. It's a massive FU if there's nothing else coming to you people. I'm stunned. I'm stunned by reading it.
There has to be more. There has to be.
I've gotten conflicting. I don't know. I've gotten conflicting things back and forth.
You know, when he left the Patriots, he said, "Pats Nation will always be a part of me. I don't know what my football future holds, but it's time for me to open a new stage for my life and my career." That sounds more about him than about the fans.
That was the cutoff there for him.
He says, "I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I will always love you and what we have shared, a lifetime of fun memories."
See, because you go back to all the questions this past year about New England. I had a great 20 years there. He's talked about it in press conferences.
And then he
the
says
day he retires, he's not going to put it in a statement?
He says this about Bucs fans to compare the two. "To all the Bucs fans, thank you. I didn't know what to expect when I arrived here, but your support and embrace have enriched my life and that of my family."
You're Florida. You don't count.
So that is what he said about the fake-ass fans in Tampa Bay, how they have enriched his life and the life of his family. And their support and embrace was just a wonderful thing. Whereas Brady leaves New England and says, "Hey, thanks for the memories. See ya. I love you." And then nothing.
You guys are all right.
You guys are good. I mean, you're talking about people that are absolutely maniacal about Tom Brady, just absolute lunatic
They're not
fans.
doing shows like this. They are not doing shows. They're not doing shows in Tampa like this.
I tweeted this last night.
Well, not like this because they're, they feel grateful for being acknowledged.
Oh, just